Chairman Becker stated that Planning Commission is waiting on information about Articles 1 through 6, and they are starting on Article 7. Zoning report, David provided his report early since he would not be in attendance. There were 6 permits, 1 lean-to, 1 home, 1 pole barn, an addition, 1 home business, 1 garage, and 1 storage building. Assessor, no report. Community center, no rentals. Fire board, there were 4 runs in June and July. Old business, waiting for the doors to come in to get started on the exterior upgrade. Playground equipment, waiting for quotes. Supervisor has added to the agenda for the county for their September meeting to ask for more COVID money to upgrade the playground. Wi-Fi, we're still waiting for more information. Bus garage received a down payment. Building had to be appraised, so they were hoping to go to the title office soon. Winning bidder was Landry and Melissa Stout at $31,000. Other bidders were $100 Pam Bradfield, $26,501 Charles and Dana Edie, $11,150 J&J Farms, $22,100 J&J Farms, $25,111 John and Marianne Schwant, $27,000 Mike Neenhouse, $31,000 Landry and Melissa Stout, and $4,800 Tyler Trierweiler. COVID money will be looking at new flooring for the hall, and Bill Gates is interested in painting the interior. Ben Newell would like to add a project of upgrading the electrical in the park, maybe adding a building to put the well and new electrical. He will be looking for estimates on that project. Cemetery water project, the valves have come in, so the project will be worked on soon. Wind ordinance ballot language, motion by Franson, second by Newell to approve the ballot language as presented. Roll call vote, Newell, yes, Schwant, yes, Benson, yes, Franson, yes, motion passed. Roads, working on paving and ditch work will be in a couple weeks. Scout building in Trufitt needs to have the gas line and meter removed. Motion by Franson, second by Newell to spend up to $750 to allow DTE to remove the meter and gas line so Steve can remove the building. Elections, 556 voters, which is a little over a third of our voters. Motion by Newell, second by Franson to approve paying of the bills, check 9057 through check 9099 for $47,551.43. Motion passed. Motion by Franson, second by Newell to allow clerk to make budget adjustments as needed. Motion passed. Franson shared concern from ball fields in Trufitt over monument put up there without permission of township, since the township owns the property. Supervisor will look into. Public comment went from 7:19 p.m. to 7:33 p.m. Motion to adjourn by Franson, second by Newell. Motion passed. Meeting adjourned at 7:33 p.m. Respectfully submitted by Kathy Benson, Clerk, Maple Valley Township.
Any changes or adjustments to the minutes? Now I'll entertain a motion to approve.
So moved. Support.
Been moved and seconded to approve the minutes of the August 8th, 2022 meeting. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passed. Treasurer's report. Marianne's sick with COVID. She thinks she's got COVID, so we're gonna find out, I guess, but, beginning balance was, $1,253,639.85. Income showed $486,665.38. Debits of $411,885.75. Ending balance of $1,328,419.48. It's that time of year, taxes are coming in, so she's got, I think she said she's 3/4 of them collected. She will be collecting taxes here at the office Wednesday from 9 to 5. She's gonna set up in the window and with a printer so you can hand stuff in, and then she'll grab it and print you a receipt and you can grab it right there in the window. So she'll get everybody taken care of then. So I need a motion to approve the treasurer's report as presented.
So moved. Support.
Been moved and seconded to approve the treasurer's report. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passed. Additions to the agenda.
I have an addition.
Okay.
At the end of it, adding a resolution authorizing payment of legal counsel.
Okay. Put that under new business.
Yep, under new.
Paying the bills. And then under old business, ball fields. So, anything else anybody's got? Report from County Commissioner, Kathy.
Hello. So as you saw, we were able to to approve the $50,000 you requested for Parks and Recreation. So
Cool.
we'll be watching for that to go into good works. Good meeting at the board today. I think we're all glad to be through the ARPA monies, so we can move forward.
Cool, thank you.
And can I just make one
Oh,
more statement? Well, maybe I should wait for public comment, but I just wanted to say that was a really nice Truant Jubilee. Hot, but, well attended, so, very nice.
I'll let them know. All right, thank you, ma'am. Planning Commission, Roger.
Yeah, we finished up our 1 through 6 sections of the ordinance book, getting that ready for final draft, and then went through section 7. That's all we done.
All right, thank you, sir. Zoning report, Dave.
No report yet, for the month of August. There's a violation that's being worked on today, after the meeting I'm gonna go and see if it's completed. That was sawmill on Cannonsville Road. There was another complaint. I checked it out. Somebody supposedly was working on vehicles, like a home-based business, and it wasn't, as the person complained. You know, I showed up, talked to the guy, looked around the shop. It's a farm, he worked on his own equipment. And there's another, somebody noticed that a campsite on Black Road, they had more campers than what's allowed, which is 10, which I couldn't really enforce that. I can't seem to find any documents showing when this township approved that campsite years ago. And I need something to show that, but the state is looking into it. I relayed some information to that person, gave them the email to contact the state, and the state's looking into that, plus some other violation, I believe. Possibly they're putting dirt in the water, which can't do that. And they're checking into that too. I'm not good with email. If somebody does an email, I don't know how to get started on that. That's why I relayed the information to that person so they can continue on with it. I gotta learn a little bit more. Other than that, that's it.
All right, thank you, sir. Report from assessor, Michael.
I'm here. So I think most people are aware that we go through an equalization process every year. And I have some initial information back from equalization, only on the residential class of properties. But come 2023, expect another, substantial increase in the assessments for Maple Valley Township.
Why?
In addition to that, over the past 10 years, we've been through 2 AMAR reviews. And the AMAR review is now retired. They have a new review system that's coming out, and it's largely different. It's gonna be quite a bit different than what we've had in the past. I think it's gonna be more comprehensive. There's gonna be some new requirements that I will need the township board's help with. There's gonna be some information that we're gonna be required to have on our website, assessing wise. So as I get more information on that, I'll provide it. Next month in October, I'm gonna be in Gaylord for 3 days of training. And a good portion of one of the days is on this topic, this new audit process. So after I get through that, in November, I could tell you some more.
When does that all start then?
It starts next year. I'm trying to think here. I don't believe, I was looking at the schedule, they schedule it by county. And I don't have any, I think we're about 4 years out. So probably be in 2026 when we would have the new audit. But don't quote me on that. I know it's not next year, I know it's not the following year, so it's not in 23 or 24, I don't think it's in 25, I think it's in 26.
All right, thank you.
Yep, you're welcome.
Report from the community center.
3
Three rentals for the month, so starting to pick up a little bit. Fire board, Ben.
In July, there were 2 calls in Maple Valley. One was a disregard and a fire call.
All right, thank you, sir. Old business, update on entryways and painting the hall. The pavilion in Trufen got all painted, that was done before Jubilee, so that looks real good. He started painting around the outside of the building here. As you can see, the new door's been put in back here. The steel's been put on the outside, so when we get going, when we get working with Val on doing the inside painting and stuff, we'll get all this cleaned up and trimmed up. He's got the stuff for here, he just was waiting for a couple rentals to get done before he did this one. I think that's all I had on that. Playground equipment, Melissa's been getting some quotes. She found, the last quote we got, which is probably the best quote we've got so far, had 2 slides and a small climbing wall for $17,000 and another $13,000 for installation. But they say the more you buy, the better the price gets. So we'll see how that goes. Like I said, Kathy, the county board today approved us for an extra $50,000 for ARPA money. So got our $50,000 from before that we said we're going to designate for that, plus 25 from ours. So we're looking at 125 right now. So we'll see where that gets us, and she's going to come up with some better quotes for that, and then we'll decide if we want to put more ARPA money into that. Wi-Fi and phone upgrade. I met with the guys a couple weeks ago. They're waiting on quotes to have somebody come run the wiring and all that, so they didn't give me a quote yet. They said they'll have it for me for sure for next month. Bus garage update. Title office has been a pain in the butt. So now I got a letter here from I got to have from the board that authorizes me to sign on behalf of the township. And they had to go, because they wouldn't allow the superintendent of schools to sign for them, so we had to go to the school board and get a letter from all the school board members saying that they authorized the superintendent of schools to sign for it. So, should be by, I think, the end of the week here, they're gonna have a meeting at the title office, so we get that finally done with. COVID money suggestions, we're always taking suggestions. I see some people have been emailing us some, so we'll add them on the list. Cemetery water, Roger, you wanna give an update?
All components are now here, and everything is brass and nickel plated. I bought a special turn knob that's easy for the elderly people to turn it. It snaps back and shuts off, so nobody can leave it on. I've got a different hose arrangement so that the people from Lakeview can't steal our hose. I'm sitting next to Pat. So yes, I'm going to install it all. Not gonna turn the water on. Why do it? Okay, but I have enough for both cemeteries, and it should last roughly forever.
All right, sounds good. Scout building, waiting for DT to work on the gas, and still working with consumers to get the power line not removed from it. So hopefully here within the month we should have all that finished up. Budget motion amendment. Kathy, you want to explain that?
Yeah, we have to amend the motion from last month because we need specific amounts. So we need to increase the employer share withholding by $2,200, increase printing and publishing by $1,000, and increase insurance and bonds by $1,000.
So if I get somebody gonna make a motion to amend them, we should make a new motion to oversee the last motion. That makes sense. So we had to be more specific in our amendments is what it boils down to. So you'll make that motion?
Yes.
Is there support?
Yep.
It's been moved and seconded to approve the amendments as stated. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Approve, opposed, motion approved, yeah, tongue tied. Ball fields, I tried to get with Chris Inman, he was gone on vacation for 2 weeks, and then with Jubilee going on, the ball tournaments, we hadn't got a chance to get together yet, so we will do that here this month for sure. So, on to new business, registration for attendance at Fall MTA Conference. Andy, you wanna explain that a little bit? I think I saw her, yeah.
It's just the fall conference MTA is going on. Pardon me, I'm getting my stuff out.
Do you know how many people wanna go?
And it's open to everybody. And what it is, there's all kinds of educational things going on. I'd like to attend the one in Mount Pleasant that's October 18th and 19th. And they're talking about broadband, they're gonna be talking about township ordinances, grants, which I think would be great for our township to learn a little bit more about how to write grants, and legislative stuff, and the fundamentals of financials and insights that are going on. And they're gonna be doing stuff about Open Meeting Act, Freedom of Information Act, and talking about the ARPA funds as well. So there's all kinds of different things that you can do, and it's a 2-day seminar.
When's the registration gonna be in by?
The registration to get the best price is due by September 20th.
Number 20th. All right, so if anybody wants to attend that besides Andy, get with me, and we'll get a check and get everybody in and get registered.
There's several different locations if they wanted to go someplace else, but I'll close it with the closest one.
Mount Pleasant, yeah, I said Mount Pleasant, so. Yeah, we need a motion to approve, allowing people to go to that.
So moved. Support.
It's been moved and seconded, approved, to allow people to attend the, fall MTA conference. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passed. So September 20th, we gotta know by then to get the pricing in. Reading of the bills, check 9100 through 9122 in the amount of 51,357.24. And then checks 1001 and 1002 for COVID money of 12,353 for painting. I'll entertain a motion to approve paying of the bills.
So moved. Support.
Been moved and seconded to approve paying of the bills. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passed. Let's see, Ben.
Yep. I'm gonna propose a resolution to pay legal counsel for the township supervisor for the open meeting,
No,
violation. on
absolutely not.
October 11th, 2021.
Support.
It's illegal. Illegal.
I have support.
How much was it?
5,600.
And we're supposed to put that?
It was a township business.
According to.
Hey, he can be-
Hidden Zaxby's
No.
is not allowed to.
Maybe you ought to check with the MTA first, that's not true.
Yep.
You may want to send the
Support.
lawyers on that first.
You got the resolution from Kyle, correct?
Yes, from Kyle right here.
So,
According to MTA, they said no.
according to my lawyer and the township lawyer, both of them said the township could be
Of course
responsible.
Kyle did, and of course yours did, but you still
Last
have to apply by the
conference I went to,
MTA.
That was a discussion that said that in that position, it's personal responsibility.
You want some gas money too?
All right.
Come on, John, man up.
This is not public comment.
Yeah, but you're hearing it, aren't you? Man up.
It's been
Wow.
moved and seconded to approve the
Who,
amendment.
wait, I didn't hear a support, I heard,
He seconded
I
it.
supported it.
Motion by Ben, seconded by Lee to approve the
all of them would be
violating? amendment, or the
Resolution.
resolution that's presented.
To
We'll do
pay-
a roll call vote. Ben Newell,
Yes.
Lee Franson,
Yes.
Kathy Benson.
I
John
didn't hear
Flanagan
Kathy, what she
abstained.
say.
Yes.
Oh.
Motion passed.
We'll make sure all your names are on there.
Gotta be proud of yourself there, boys.
All right, items of interest. Anybody got anything?
The lawyer also told them that they weren't.
Public comment. We're open up public comment. 3 minutes. Oh, yes,
You got it?
heard.
Oh.
I got a letter from Kathy. Dear Township Board residents of Maple Valley Township, due to the election results in August, I do not see the point in continuing on as clerk. Therefore, please accept my resignation for the position of Maple Valley Township Clerk. My last day will be September 15th, 2022. I appreciate the opportunity to learn about township government and gain new skills. Thank you for all those who support me and the new friends I have met along the way. Sincerely, Kathy Benson, Maple Valley Township Clerk. So I guess, unfortunately, we need a motion to approve her resignation.
So moved. Support.
Been moved and seconded to approve her resignation as of September 15th. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Unfortunately, motion passed. So I will get with the county clerk, see what we gotta do, because we got election stuff coming up. What do we wanna do? Let's plan on having a meeting. Can you guys meet? Next Thursday? Are you available?
Yes.
Thursday at 7. We'll have a special meeting on the 22nd to decide what we gotta do to fill Kathy's position. We got 45 days, but we have elections and some bills and stuff, so we gotta get it figured out quicker, so let's do that. So the 22nd, September 22nd at 7 PM, we'll have a special meeting here at
Why
the
won't
hall.
the deputy do it? I don't know.
All right, any other items of interest? Thank you, Kathy, appreciate all you've done. All right, we'll go to public comment, 3 minutes. Please state your name and where you're from when you start. Yes, sir.
John, we joined forces with the Lakeview Fire Department. And
Said he was
the
John.
buildings and things, and I worked on this like 12 years ago. But there are things that the fire department probably has done and can do that can drop our insurance on buildings and homes by like 30%. And I don't know who we're insured with now, but I think someone should take action and say, what do we need to lower Maple Valley or Montcalm County or whatever the Lakeview one is? And because back then it was, you had to have a 1,200 gallon tanker truck, a full-time man, one guy there. Okay, now maybe they have that in Lakeview, maybe you don't. But I think it'd be interesting to readdress that, just to see, because there's thousands of dollars in savings to our community. So, and again, I think you have to, I would take my insurance man who's been in it for 20 years, but we have to do it with the insurance company that we're insured with and say, what do we have to do to change? Because you're talking $50,000 to us.
Thank you. That was Roger Benton from Trutham, by the way.
I'm sorry.
Anybody else, public comment? Yes, ma'am.
Penny Bassett. The April 2019 minutes, is there a way to get a copy of them? Because what's on the system, somebody crossed off the month of March and wrote April over the top of it, and they're the exact same minutes. And I was looking for April of 2019's minutes, that's how I came upon that. So I would like to know how to get a copy of that. And do we have a deputy treasurer yet?
No.
So isn't that a requirement? And she's been in there 3 months already, missed 2 meetings, and we don't have a deputy, and now you're saying that she has COVID, and we're gonna be expected to come pay our taxes to somebody that has COVID because she doesn't have a deputy.
We haven't found nobody that's willing to put up with everybody yet, so.
I don't think it's that they're not willing to put up with everybody.
Yeah, I
And
don't think so.
what is a cemetery trust? I had to FOIA this information to be able to get it, but you have 4 accounts on here that say cemetery trust CD totaling $14,012.73. 1 at the credit union and 3 at Independent. You also have at Independent a savings account that says cemetery trust for $9,749.78, and a general fund at the credit union that says $10 for a total of $23,772.51 as of July 21st or 31st. What is a cemetery trust and what is that money used for?
So, we've explained this before, but I'll say it one more time.
I'm sorry, I don't remember it.
Okay, years ago, they made us collect fees every time you buried somebody. And those fees had to be put into account, but nobody could ever tell us what the money is for or whatever. So, a few years ago, they quit collecting the money. We just said the heck with it, because nobody can tell us what to do with the money. So it was money that was being, the state said we had to collect and put into a fee. And I think what it is basically they want it for perpetual fund to maintain the cemeteries. But nobody can ever give us an answer for it. We tried, I remember back when I was on the board before, they tried figuring it out. So then at one point, they just quit collecting the fees. And nobody's ever said anything with it for us, but we can't use the money because we don't know what we can use it for.
So you
It's all
have,
been put into CDs.
it's not all in CDs. One of it's in a savings account.
Well, yeah, most of it's all in CDs, but CDs ain't worth anything right now anyway, so.
I'm just curious.
And just $10 is because you have to have $10 in an account. to
Well, I
open up
figured
an
that's
account.
what the $10 one was, but then there's another savings account that has $9,749 that's not in a CD, but then you have 4 other ones that are in CDs, and you have them in the credit union and independent, not all at one.
Well, the independent one was originally when they started it, back when independent was in Trufa, and then they switched over to the credit union. But if you can figure out what the money's supposed to be used for, more power to you, because nobody's been able to figure it out that I
That's
know.
not my job.
Well,
I'm not paid by the
realize-
township to do this work. And I had 3 people in the last couple weeks not realize that they didn't have to go to June to pay their taxes. Was surprised that they were coming up to the hall to pay them, didn't know June wasn't the treasurer anymore. And yes, I know it is on the tax paper. I think it probably should have been put a little bit of bolder because people are a creature of habit. So I'm suggesting maybe somebody lets June know that she may have people showing up there Wednesday, maybe put a note on her little door, her garage or whatever, telling people where to pay their taxes, because there's people that don't know out there.
Thank you.
Can I just make a comment? I spoke my lot. Oh, man.
Any other thing? Yes, ma'am.
So with this cemetery trust money, or even the one that's in the general fund. Who is that? Robin Paulson. Do you know that
Can you
there's
ask
a
that for
tree
Roger?
limb down in the cemetery, has been for 4 months?
Yes.
And you couldn't have taken some of that general fund money and had somebody cut that down?
I
I
forgot
seen-
about last month. And
I was right in front, or in back of a semi, and right after it happened, and that semi slammed on its brakes, I don't know, it could have been a crash, who knows? But that was way out in the road, and he hit that. And then on the other side of that driveway, there's a bunch of limbs laying right up against the road, and nobody can seem to pick them up, but they can mow around them. It looks pathetic. And then, what about the county mowing the sides of the roads before a festival at their township? Do we have anybody that's supposed to be in charge of telling the county when our jubilee is gonna be, or our festival into our township?
As we talked last month, they do township roads once, county roads twice, and they do that when they do it. So,
But you couldn't have got it done and made sure it got
Mike,
done, John?
please, when it's your time, you can talk. Right now, it's Robin's.
You bet.
Thank you.
One more. With the painting and the stuff that's going on outside, does this person do gutters by any chance? Or would he do gutters?
The builder's working on the gutters. He's gonna work on fixing them up.
All the way around these 2 little buildings right here also? I mean, these,
Oh, add on?
yeah,
Oh,
add on.
We can check into that.
There's already gutters on the building? I haven't checked it
There
out.
is some gutters on it.
Well-
There were some problems with them, so Bill's been fixing them for the painter.
Okay, but
Paint.
these 2 little dormers right here have no gutters on them. And that wooden paneling or whatever it is that they put on the outside is not gonna last very long without any gutters on there. That's what happened before. So I think we need to check into having just these 2 dormers right here, put some gutters around the outsides.
I can check into that.
Thank you.
Gutters for entry. Anyone else, public comment? Yes, sir.
John, I was wondering if you, done come up with that resolution. I mean, did he come up with that this evening there when you 3 people who had like a quorum there in the office? How'd that come about? He just didn't come up with that tonight. Y'all had to know it. Y'all had to been on it. Just like the thing at the ball field there last week, oh, you didn't know nothing about it, how could you not? You talked to Ben New on Chambers, how is it you don't know these things? And you couldn't even get the grass on the side of the road before a important festival? That's on you, John, you should've got that done. What the hell you been doing?
Anything else? Thank you. Anybody else, public comment? Mr. Carr?
Boy.
Pat Carr, I'm the county commissioner. Every 10 years, the districts get realigned, and the next 10-year term, Maple Valley will be included in what my commissioner district would be, so I'm running for county commissioner. So I just wanted to give a little background to the board about myself. This will be my 30th year. Some people have said we need a new set of eyes there, and I appreciate that fact. However, I think that I'm a more valuable, I'm a more educated, I'm a better commissioner today than I was when I first started from the experience, so I believe in that. Out of the 30 years I've been there, I've never taken the full amount of money that is offered to the commissioner. Out of that, I've never missed a commissioner meeting in 30 years. I've got colleagues that have started in the last couple of years that have missed several, so I've been there for 30 years, I've never missed a commissioner meeting. I take it very seriously. I don't make all the right decisions, obviously, I've made plenty of mistakes, but I don't take any of it lightly. The second point I'd like to make is related to the wind. So, I've never hidden from the fact that I signed wind leases. I signed wind leases originally. I haven't signed it on all of our property, I've signed it on some. That doesn't mean that I'm full steam ahead with the wind project. Listen carefully to all the discussion. I understand and I hear loud and clear all the voices that are opposed to it. I've got criticized for attending or being invited to be a guest at an Amish forum that the Amish folks wanted to know more about the wind, which didn't end up happening. But they asked for my attendance and I was willing to do that. I would do the same for anyone on the anti-wind side. If they had a forum that they wanted my attendance, I'd be glad to come to that, speak, take questions, whatever it is. So, just those couple of points I want to make. Thank you for your time.
Thank you.
Yeah, how about the Cato meeting?
The stone monument at the park.
Yes, ma'am.
Hey, ma'am,
Yes, ma'am.
Ann Scobie Peters, trooper.
Lee brought up about the stone.
Is there any adequate classes for meetings that we could be mandatory to take? Yeah, I'm talking about you guys. That's it.
What's that got to do with anything for me?
We'd gladly take any meeting.
I said, are there any adequate classes that everybody could take on how to conduct themselves at these meetings?
Thank you. Any other public comment? Yes, ma'am.
Hi, Vicki Douglas from Coral. I have a few questions. So in March, when we had that special meeting, we voted to have Michael Beach attend township meetings. And I asked him tonight if he was ever told, because he hasn't been to any, and he said no. So could you let him know?
The annual meeting is what we voted on.
No, it
Yeah.
was township meetings.
Yeah.
It was an
Right?
annual meeting.
It was
Right?
at the annual
It was
meeting, but
at-
it was
At
voted
the
to,
annual meeting, to attend the annual meeting.
No,
No.
it was 210
Okay.
township meetings because nobody can get a hold of them. That was the big issue. In regards to paying taxes, I called your wife tonight because I was gonna give her my taxes because I plan on going out of town at the meeting, and she said no. And I said, okay, I'll just put them in the Dropbox. And she said, well, there's no guarantee that I'll get them on time. I know people have been putting stuff in the Dropbox. That's what the Dropbox is for at the township hall for township business.
If you wanna put yours in there, you're more than welcome to.
Not when I was
But-
just told that,
I wouldn't guarantee it. The way people
what's
route
the
things
Dropbox
nowadays.
for? Kathy has been so good about when I put absentee ballot information on there, whatever, and I'd put a little note, hey, could you email me and let me know? She was great. She'd email me, yup, got your ballot,
That
okay,
wasn't
thanks.
funds. That
You know, I
wasn't
mean,
money
what's the Dropbox for?
For, just like that.
Only the clerk, it's not for dropping off taxes?
Whenever somebody's in the office, we don't have someone in the office every day. So it may sit there for a day or two, or you never know. So if you wanna risk it, but it gives you
Risk
the
it.
instructions on the taxes, on how to pay your taxes. You've had them for how long? So.
Do you know my financials? Do you
I
know
didn't
when
know,
I
that's
get
not
money
what I'm saying.
deposited in my
For-
account?
For 2 months, you've known how to pay your taxes. It says
Do you
on top
know
of
when
the
I
bill.
get money?
Okay,
I'm retired.
I realize that.
Do you know when my little pension funds come in and investments and social security to pay my taxes? No. The other thing was the stone monument at the park was talked about last month. Has anything happened with that?
At the Ball Diamond?
Oh,
Yeah,
we were given a drawing tonight from Dennis.
Not the ball then.
Oh, the ball diamond.
Yeah.
No, that's why I said I was not able to get with Chris Inman this month,
Okay.
so.
And my last thing is, in regards to county commissioner, you know, political seasons, politicians say what people want to hear. And as far as I'm concerned, I'll be splitting my ticket and I'll be voting for Kathy because I've never seen her give public people the finger at another meeting, public meeting. So that's all I have to say.
Thank you. Anybody else for public comment? Way in the back.
Yeah, Al Walton, Main Valley Township. We rent the building out here to the county, correct?
Yes.
How much does that create for revenue for the township?
$2,400 for 6 months, so $4,800 a year, I believe.
Did anybody do a fair market value to verify that was adequate?
That
Or what
was-
the area is?
That was leased to the last commission, last board, so I'm not sure how they did that.
Just curious, because I was just wondering on that, with the financial picture here, if they're paying a fair amount. Second of all with that, what are we doing with this eyesore we have here in town with the elevator pole in the ground?
That's for
That's a
sale.
health hazard, beyond health hazard, so surprised nobody's ever been injured from that.
There's a for
That's-
sale sign up.
What's that?
There's a for sale sign up now.
I know that I had a gentleman call me the other day, cause he's interested in buying the property and grinding up all the concrete and then developing the property up, so I know there is some interest in it. That's been turned over to the health department, that's been, cause that was all condemned and that's all in their jurisdiction at this point.
Okay, thank you.
Roger?
Has there been any other decisions on, planning commission members?
No, not at this time, yeah. Yes, sir.
Dave Saucier, Reynolds Township Board. Your Dropbox, is that locked almost all the time, just for safety's sake?
It is locked,
Okay.
but like I said, we don't have people here every day, so. Anyone else? Public comment, sir?
Yeah, on that drawing I handed you tonight, I don't know what you have in the pot stirring for various things, but if anybody, I'd like to hear some comments from anybody here about updating the Veterans Park. The only thing we have on it presently is a flag and World War II monument. I simply wanted to see that, I don't want to put something in there that has all the other conflicts we've had, but just to acknowledge all the rest of the service members. And that's basically what it is. And I don't know how much money has been allocated so far, but this would be right up the alley with the parks money that you're talking about.
I was gonna get copies and get them to the board members so they can look at them.
Yeah, that's the only copy I made too, so
Okay.
give me back a copy too, I'd appreciate it, thank you.
Yep. So, as we talked last month, Dennis drew up a proposal for the Veterans Park to do some upgrades there, so We'll look that over and talk about that at another meeting. So anybody-
It's pretty simple, but it's eloquent in its own respect, so, and it'd be easy to maintain, real easy to maintain.
Thank you.
John, on the lockbox thing, is there a way that could be revamped so that when they open it, it slides right into the building? Instead of hanging on outside the box there, or outside?
Probably there could be we could
That
probably
would
get
be
a
a little
different
more
style.
safer and
Right.
secure, or whatever the word is,
Yeah.
yeah. Okay.
Even if it gets a floor.
Yes, ma'am.
Well, shoot, now I feel like I have to talk. Thanks, Pat. I am also running for District 6, which includes your township. And I just want you to know I've been on the board now for 1 year. My anniversary is tomorrow. And I have immersed myself in the meetings. You've seen me at several here. I try to hit every meeting I can. And I want to speak to the wind turbine. I believe in renewable energy. I'm just not always sure we're putting it in the right places. I would like to see the ordinances work for the people. And it doesn't seem like we're hearing everything that the people are saying. Again, I'm looking for renewable energy too. I just want to make sure that it's placed in the right areas, and that we take our land into consideration. Farmland is by far what we need in this county, and our waters. So just vote Kathy. Come November.
Yeah.
Anyone else? Public comment? Yes, sir.
I'm Ken Miller from Truefit. I have a suggestion, if we're talking about the veteran park and respecting veterans, why don't we start with clearing some of the shrubbery and the 3-foot tall grass around the shrubs? There's shrubs growing through the shrubs since the court date back in May, 3 foot high. The sumacs are 7, 8 foot high already. The flagpole, which was mentioned in that court case, is still crooked. It still leans, lack of a better term, cockeyed at about 20 degrees. Why don't we straighten that? Why has nobody looked at that? If that was such a big deal, why hasn't anybody done anything off your board about that?
Anything else?
No.
Thank you.
Hey, John.
John, where is the Veterans Park?
Now, you've already talked.
That's 3 now.
You can yell out anytime you want, Mike.
Any other public comment?
In regards to that sumac, if the leaves are pointing up and the branches are going up, it's poisonous. Just so you know.
Any other public comment? If not, I'll entertain a motion to adjourn.
Support.
It's been moved and seconded to adjourn. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? See you next month.